Welcome to RizeupTV.com. My name is Jim Hollinger, and I'll be your host today, and I got some exciting news for you if there's anything that you need to raise money for. What would you do with $100,000? That's the theme of today's show. If you asked New York City that back in 1885, they would have told you, put together the Statue of Liberty. They wanted to put the Statue of Liberty together, but they needed $100,000 and couldn't raise the money. So they were looking for a way to do that, and they began to rack their brain together, and they solved the problem, and the solution was this. Joseph Pulitzer decided to launch a fundraising campaign in his newspaper. He put it on the front page of the New York World, which is his newspaper, and they raised $101,000 from 160,000 donors. That means the average donation that was coming in were pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars. But most of the money was raised from people who just didn't have it, but they wanted the Statue of Liberty, and they wanted to have that in their city, the symbol of hope and freedom. In 1982, President Reagan put together a private foundation to refurbish the Statue of Liberty for the centennial. The goal was to raise $700 million. He asked Leah Iacocca if he would handle that project, and he did. And they raised over $700 million, and the money is still coming in, and that's the part that I like about a good crowdfunding project. Money can continue to come in after the project is complete. Another example of crowdfunding is President Obama put together a funding project that raised over $500 million for his 2008 campaign to become president. As a matter of fact, in 2012, he passed into law the Jobs Act, which said that if somebody wanted to start a business or expand their business, they could use crowdfunding to do that. And since then, crowdfunding has grown. It has changed. I am a trainer in how to do crowdfunding projects. It is actually going to change the way raising funds is done. The Statue of Liberty was completed, but now America has another challenge in front of them. I just heard a news report last week, and it said that the middle class is disappearing. They're losing money because of the way the economy is going. They're still making the same money they were making, but they haven't been getting cost of living raises to keep up with what's going on. So what would you do with $100,000? There's a better question to ask. Do you know anyone who needs to raise money for anything? Doesn't matter what it is. If you know somebody, you can help them and yourself at the same time. Bob is an insurance agent, and he came to me and he says, I've been working with Little League for 45 years, doing fundraising, working with the kids. And he said, how is this going to help us raise money? He said, we don't want to send the kids out selling anymore. It's just too dangerous to do that, and we don't want the liability and the responsibility if something goes wrong. And I said, well, Bob, here's the way that it works. And I know I've been, at the fundraising projects for Little League, and they ask people to give money so that their kids can play ball. What you want to do different is you want to ask the kids and the parents that are there if they need money for anything. Maybe they'd like to send their kids to college and they'd like to raise money for that. Maybe they've got a special needs child because you're talking about the challengers here and they need extra money because of the extra expense. You can give a project back to them at the same time they're going to make a donation to you. And I know that sounds kind of strange. I'm going to explain it later. But if you're trying to raise $1 million for the challengers ballpark, I'm going to show you how to do it by giving back to the community that's going to be given to you. It kind of works like this. If you want to build a house with Habitat, they've got a lot of volunteers, but they also require anybody that wants to move into a Habitat home to help on the build of the people that come before them. They want them to know houses are built. They want them to have some equity, sweat equity into the house. If the house needs repair, they want them to know how to repair it and what they need to do to pull that off. So what is cooperative funding? It's people working together to get a job done. Is it more fun to play baseball by yourself or on a team? It's more fun to be a part of a team. And instead of asking family and friends to give you money, why not ask them if they could use money for anything? Which is easier? Give me money or can I help you? It's a whole lot easier to say, can I help you? So when you share this information with others that have a need, they can become a part of your pool sharing. And now you're going, now wait a minute, what is pool sharing? Pool sharing is helping people raise money. Number one is personally generated donations. People want to take $300 and they want to put it into your hand and say, here's some money, you can use it for your project. What do? You say thank you, put it in your wallet, and use it for your project. It's yours. It doesn't go to the company at all. If they go to your website and they hit donate on the website, the money goes directly into your account, wherever you tell it to go. There are no fees for all donations that are given directly to a project like that. The second way, though, that we make money is by pool sharing donations. That is helping people share in the donations that are going to be raised. And this is the part that's the key thing here. You can take that $300, or actually we only need $250, and instead of giving it to the person directly, you can start a project for $250, and they're going to get $240 of that. So you're creating a project of yourself for $10, where you can raise money for what you need to raise money for. And this is the part that's going to change the way fundraising is done. It's the power of duplication. Have you heard the story about a penny? Get a penny the first day, double it the next day, you got 2 pennies, the next day you have 4, then you have 8. At the end of the month, you've got a lot of money there. All the parents need to make donations to the Little League so that their kids can even play ball. Well, now what you're going to do is you're going to share projects with the parents. These kids are all getting ready to do something. Pretty soon they're going to be going to college. Another thing you want to do is you want to share this with 2 people. Okay, I like working with churches and people in churches. And so we've got a church project that we're going to talk about. So I've got my 2 projects. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to help those people do the same thing. It's 2 get 2. Notice we're going to double our penny. We go back to the ballpark here, the Little League, and these kids are all going to be needing to go to college. So you can ask their parents when they come to make their donation that year, would you like to start a college fund for your kid? And if they do, everybody's winning. It's a win-win. If somebody wants to remodel their home, they can do that. We'll go back to the church now. In a church, there's a lot of people that have different needs. Let's say the church wants to have a mortgage burning. They want to burn a $5 million mortgage. They can say to all the congregation, how many of you out there would like to get rid of your mortgage? We're all going to have a celebration. We're going to burn our mortgages. We're going to raise the money to do that. And by doing that, they all are cooperating together as a community. And that's an exciting thing to see happen. Maybe in the church there's somebody that has medical issues. They need to get something done, or they had emergency surgery. Let's go back over here. Now let's talk about these kids in college. They've got a school bill that they want to pay off, but they also know people that are going to be getting married. You can go to a couple that's getting married and say, how would you guys like to have a fantastic honeymoon? Or raise enough money to make a down payment on a house to get started? You think the answer is yes? Yeah, it is. You can go to somebody and say, how many of these kids in college want to start a business? We're going to show you how to raise the money to do that, or expand the business you already have. I had one lady said they wanted to take the kids on vacation. Great. Okay, after a season of playing ball, they're ready to go to Disney World. All right? So you take a vacation, raise the money to do that. Raise money to get a car. A new car, used car, it doesn't matter. And what makes us different than all the other crowdfunding projects out there is we have projects for normal people who are looking for a way to rise up and make life better. They don't have an emergency situation that people will give to, or an invention they've invented that people will support. I had a lady, and her pastor recommended her to me. She wanted to raise money to publish her books. She wrote books to help women facing personal issues, health issues. Okay, maybe there was a death in the family or divorce in the family, whatever it is. And she wanted to publish these books because she gave them away. And so she wanted to self-fund this so she could pay for the books herself. And I said, yes, you can do that. We can raise the money for that project. Then the lady says, I'm in debt. I just don't know where to turn. I don't have any money. I'm behind on everything. Now, you ask a person like that, do you have $250 to join a platform? And the answer is going to be, no, I don't. But you know what? We can help a person like that. And if you don't know how to do that, get back with me and I'll share that with you. But we can help a person who doesn't have any money get started. Maybe you're planning for your retirement and you found out that, hey, my money I have doesn't go very far. Most retirement accounts are only going to last about 7 years. So what's going to happen after that? We can help. Maybe you would like to see more mission projects in the church or community projects. You can raise money for that. Just about anything that you can think of that's legal, you can raise money for. This is Mitch. This is the first guy that I invited, and Mitch got really excited, retired Air Force, and he says, I'd like to do something for veterans. And so that's his project. When I shared him, he got all excited. He says, I'm going to go tell a lot of people. And the first week, he invited 8 people to join this. When you enroll in RizeUp, it's $250, and that's good for a full year. So you've got a year to raise your money on that platform. So he raises the money. Here's how the money comes through. I invited Mitch. He joined. The company said, Jim, we're going to pay you a $120 commission. That's going to go to you directly. Then we're going to pay you $120 in pool share money. The company's going to take that $120 that's theirs, and they're going to give it right back to us for the future. Now, the future can be a couple days away, or it can be a couple weeks away, or a couple months, depending on you. You invite another person. This is Jenny. She has a project. She teaches Chinese people that go to Notre Dame, professors, students, English. They take her class because they found out that the English they learned in China, we don't understand over here. And so she teaches the class, and she teaches it in English, and they take her class to learn English. She buys Chinese Bibles for them, gives them to them, takes them on outings around the area. They meet twice a week. They supply food. Jen's retired. She no longer can fund that with her work. So she's looking to raise this money with a project. $120 goes to the person that invited her, and $120 goes into the pool. Now, something else just happened. When you've invited 2 people to become a part of your team, look what happens. That qualifies you for pool sharing. Not just one pool share, but 10, 20, up to 30 pool shares. So let's see how this works. Let's explore how this can help you achieve your goals and your dreams. First, I need to give you a disclaimer. In a perfect world, I'm going to show you a mathematical example, but the world's not perfect, and the reason for that is because there's people like me in there. I invited 6 people, okay? Mitch invited 8. My goal is to personally invite 150, but there are some people I've invited, and they haven't invited anybody yet. And you know why? Because there's some people that want to know everything before they do anything. They want to know how it works. They want to know all of the details, and I get it. But you know what? While they're trying to figure it out, we're getting paychecks. So take your time, explore it. When you're ready, give me a call. I'm ready to go to work for you. So what I'm going to show you is exactly how the money goes out, but not how necessarily you're going to receive it because of the speed at which you move. RizeUp, the company, makes its money in 2 ways. There's no fees for donations. We talked about that. All the money that you receive in your donate button, no fees. $10 of the $250 goes to the company. They take $120 and give it to you. They take $120 and put it into your pool share. And then $10 is what they make. Whenever they send up money to you from the pool sharing, they will deduct 20% up to $50 for their fee. Now, what that means is if you get $120, they're going to take 20% of that. That's going to come out. But if you get a check from $250 to $10,000, the fee will be no more than $50. So that's what's important that you need to know. They make their money off of our success by providing a platform to us. So I'm going to go through it now, and I'm going to show you how to make and receive $100,000, because that was the question that I asked you in the beginning. I've got a lake here to represent the pool share because the whole community is enjoying the water and the fish. So the first thing you want to do is you want to share this with 2 people. We've already talked about that. When you share this with 2 people, how much are you going to receive? $240, $120 a piece. $240 goes into the pool. The next thing you want to do is you want to help the other 2 people you brought in do the same thing. So they'll receive the same thing. $240 goes into their wallet. $240 goes into the pool share. Now, I got a question for you. When you have a guy like Mitch and he invites 10 people, how much is he going to be paid? $1,200 minus the $50. Mitch was really excited. He called me the other day and he said, Jim, I just got my check. And he said, I'm excited. He said, wait till you see how many people I'm going to tell. I'm going to challenge him, okay? I want to personally invite 150 people. I'm going to have a race with him and see which one of us gets there first. I think he'll accept my challenge. Let's take a look at the pool share. The third pool, this is where you start receiving money out of the pool share. There are 4 shares there that have your name on it. There's $240 checks there. All you need to do is help these people qualify and do the same thing that you did. You'll receive those checks one at a time up to $960. The next pool has 12 shares on it. The checks are for $480 up to a total of $5,760. The 5th pool is 28 checks there, $960 up to $26,880. On the 6th pool, there are 60 checks there. The checks are $1,920, and that's a total of $115,360. Now, we just went over the $100,000 mark. That's what I wanted to show you, and I want you to notice there's something going on here. These numbers on these pools are doubling every time we go. There are 10 pools. On the next pool, there's 124 people there. The share is $3,840 up to $476,160. Why did I show that to you? I help people get out of debt, not only just credit cards, but how to pay off their mortgage. And I'm going to give a gift to you later on that I want to share with you, but how you can do that yourself and how you can eliminate your mortgage and all of your credit cards. If you're the Little League, you want to go on to pool number 8 because you're looking to raise $1 million, and that's where it's at. If you're the church that wants to burn mortgages, they need to raise $5 million or $5 million to build a church, then you're going to want to go ahead and you're going to want to go up and work all the way up to the 10th pool. The project can go on for a year. If you need to extend it, because when the church builds that building, you know what they're going to need? They're going to need more money because of the utilities and the cost and the maintenance, okay? Because they're going to find out they're going to need a riding mower to cut that grass. And so there's other expenses that are going to come up later. These can be adjusted accordingly. When you start out with a project, you want to have a short-term goal and then expand that goal as you go out. Do you know anyone, maybe yourself or friend, that needs to raise money for any kind of dream project, whatever it is? We can help. Get back with the person that invited you to take a look at this. Ask them, what do I do? How do I get started? They'll be glad to share it with you. To become a part of our team, all you want to do is have in your mind that I need to invite 2 people. If you know 2 people that need anything, now it's your turn. Thanks for being with us. Get back with the person that invited you. Be sure and watch for our training videos.